Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So we are from Group 10. First of all, I would like to introduce me and my teammates. My name is Raihan Karisma Safitri.
My name is Radiza Umaira.
So yeah, as you guys can see, the title of our project is Implementation of DevOps using Git and Jenkins on Java application. So yeah, this is the table of contents of our PowerPoint. Next, the first one is DevOps definition. So yeah, DevOps is a combination of culture, philosophies, practice, and tools that increase an organization's ability to deliver applications and services at high velocity, involving and improving products at a faster pace than organizations using traditional software development and infrastructure management process. This speed enables organizations to better serve their customers and compete more effectively in the market. So, in its most narrow interpretation, DevOps describes the adoption of iterative software development, automation, and programmable infrastructure deployment and maintenance. Okay, next. Second one is workflow of DevOps. So yeah, as you guys can see, DevOps workflow provides a visual overview of the sequence in which input is provided. Also, it tells about which one action is performed and output is generated for an operations process. DevOps workflow allows the ability to separate and arrange the jobs which are top requested by the users. Also, it gives the ability to mirror the ideal process in the configuration jobs. Next, the third one is tools of DevOps. Okay, so these are the tools of DevOps. DevOps tool is an application that helps automate the software development process. It mainly focuses on communication and collaboration between product management, software development, and operation professional. The fourth one is DevOps stages. There are four of them. The first one is continuous integration. So continuous integration is a development technique that developers often integrate their code into a common repository, preferably several times a day. The second one is continuous deployment. So continuous deployment, also known as CD, is a software release process that uses automated testing to ensure that changes to the code base are correct and stable, and is suitable for immediate autonomous deployment in a production environment. The third one is continuous delivery. So continuous delivery is a software development approach based on creating software in a short cycle. The fourth one is continuous monitoring. So continuous monitoring is a technology and process that IT organizations can implement to help them quickly detect compliance issues and security risks within their IT infrastructure. Next, the fifth one is Jenkins. So yeah, Jenkins is an open source automation tool written in Java with plugins built for continuous integration purpose. Jenkins is used to build and test your software projects continuously, making it easier for developers to integrate changes to the project and making it easier for users to obtain a fresh build. It also allows you to continuously deliver your software by integrating with a large number of testing and deployment technologies. Okay, so the sixth one is implementation of DevOps methodology using Git and GitHub. Okay, so the first one is you should installing Git. Go to the official Git website, this one, and then you can choose what OS that you use. For example, Windows or Mac OS. The second one is click the Windows download link and wait for the download to complete. Anyway, this is for Windows OS. The third one is navigate to the download location or use your browser's download shortcut. Double click the file to extract and launch the installer. And the fourth one is click yes in the user account control dialog box that opens that allow the application to make changes to your device. The fifth one is renew the GNU General Public License and click next when you are ready to install. The sixth one is the installation program will ask for the installation location unless you have a reason to change it. Leave the defaults and click next. And the second one and the seventh one is the component selection screen is display. Unless you really need to change it, leave the default settings and click next also. And the eighth one is The installation program suggests creating a start menu folder, just click next. And the next one is select the text editor you want to use with Git. Use the drop down menu to select Notepad++ or any text editor and click next also. And the 10th one is you can choose a different name for the first branch. The default is master unless you belong to a team that requires a different name. Leave the default option and click next. And then this installation procedure allows you to change your path environment. Path is the standard set of directories that are included when you run a command from the command line. Leave this in the middle recommended section and click next also. And next, the installation program asks for an SSH client to use with Git. Git already comes with its own SSH client. Therefore, if you do not need a particular option, leave the default option and click next. And when the installation is complete, select the checkbox and view the release notes or launch Git Bash and click finish.
Okay, so now I'm gonna explain about how to create account and configuring GitHub with Git. Next. First, you have to go to the link here in your web browser, and then you have to enter your personal information in addition to creating a username and entering an email address. You need to create a password and click create account, and then enter the CAPTCHA and click the select button for the desired plan. After creating an account, you have to create a new repository, and in there you have to write your own desired repository name and description. Don't forget to pick public if you want your repository can be accessed in public. And then after that, GitHub will show the link that you have to copy to the Git bash letter. And if you want to add collaborator in your repository, click the settings and then click the manage access. And after that, you can click add people, and you have to insert the collaborator username or email. And now you can see the people you add to collaborate in your repository. As you can see here, this is the manage access, and you can see the collaborator here. Next. Okay, now configuring Git in desktop. Next. Okay, so first we have to pick our desired folder to put the Git repository, and then we have to click right and click Git bash here, and the Git bash gonna show. First things to configure is our username and email, and after that we're gonna clone the GitHub repository that the project's owner already made. If you are a collaborator, as you can see here, you can write git config global username, and then you have to write your username, and then git config global user email, and you have to write your email, and then all you have to do is to click to write git clone and then paste the repository link. After that, the repository will be cloned to your folder. Okay, the second, after cloning the project, we have to add the desired file to the previous project that we already cloned. And here's the code to adding the file and pushing it to the GitHub. As you can see here in the second picture. Don't forget to also add a commit. Okay. So in the third picture, here's the GitHub result after committing and pushing the second file from the contributor. And in the fourth picture, we also have to try editing the files, and that is the result after edit files and add commit. Next. Okay. In the fifth picture, if the other contributor wants to add other file, they can pull it again in their Git bash and then repeat the same step with previous step. In the sixth pictures, that is the GitHub after the other contributor add the third file. Next. Okay, now implementation of DevOps using Jenkins. Next. Here's the step to install Jenkins. So first you have to open the link to download Jenkins, and then you have to open the Windows installer to display the installation setup wizard, and click next in the setup wizard to start the installation, and then select the destination folder where you want to save the Jenkins installation and click next to continue. Next. Okay, so to run the Jenkins service as a local or domain user, specify the username and password of the domain where you want to run Jenkins. Click Test Credentials to test the domain credentials and then click Next. Specify the port where Jenkins is running and click the test port button to see if the specified port is available on your computer. As a result, if the port is free, you will see a green check mark as shown below, then click Next. Okay, so the installation process, search for Java on your computer and pre-populates the Java home directory in the dialog. If the required Java version is not installed on your computer, you will be prompted to install it. And then you have to click next. And then select the other service that you need to install with Jenkins and click next. Next. Click the install button to start the Jenkins installation. And when the installation is complete, click finish to complete the installation. Next. Okay, so configuring and using Jenkins. Next. Okay. This is the step on how to use Jenkins. So first you have to go to localhost 8080 or the port you configured for Jenkins during the installation. It can be different, and wait for the unlock Jenkins page to appear. So in this unlock Jenkins page, you have to put the administrator password, and the initial administrator password is under the Jenkins installation path. As you guys can see here in the second picture. You have to open the file. Next. And then copy the initial admin password to the Jenkins page. And after that, your Jenkins dashboard will be open. Next. So how to make a Jenkins item? So click new item to make new item. Write the item name and click freestyle project. And then you have to click source code management and then click the Git one because we are using Git to configure Jenkins. And then you have to copy your repository URL in the GitHub to the Jenkins. And after that, you have to write the schedule for your Jenkins to be operated. After that, you have to click apply and then write the command and then click apply. Next. So after we do all of those steps, this is the result of implementing Jenkins in our project. You have to, you can see it in the dashboard and then you can click the items. So in this project, we name the item as Jenkins Git project. So after we click the Jenkins project, it will show the result. And then it can show the next build from the schedule. Next. Okay, conclusion. Next. In a sense, DevOps is the combination of cultural philosophies, practice, and tools that increase an organization's ability to deliver application and service at high velocity, evolving and improving products at a faster pace than organizations using traditional software development and infrastructure management process. Therefore, DevOps is important for today's IT life, and implementing DevOps in IT with continuous integration such as Jenkins is also important and more effective for IT workers because of its many benefits. Next. So that's all from our group. If there's any mistake, please forgive us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.